On a Monday morning on Sky 107.1 FM with this topic. What has been responsible for the instability leading to the series of strike actions are by the employees of the Liberian Water and Sewer Corporation? My special studio guest, no other than Honorable Sensee J. Morris, the Deputy Managing Director for Finance. Better stated, in our temporary term, we call him the Comptroller General of Water and Sewer. I've been there. Dwana was disgraced, was suspended. Dwana's bike on the block. Come on, the guy who's controller was supposed to be taking care of the cookies in the cookies jar, suspended in his absence. Dwana exonerated, back on the block. He's our special studio guest. By 11 o'clock, our lines will be. You call me on those numbers on 07777 107, or you call us on 077 221 223 on Sky 107. Of course, my name is T-Max. I'm the winning grandson of my grandfather, and 50-50, you just can't beat the experience. We'll be back right after the theme song.
I can see any amount now. The fees now reduced.
Yes, so it can make people happy, yeah.
That's not smart to you.
Send money to your loved ones, wallet to wallet, starting as low as 10 Liberian dollars. Just dial *144# and follow the instructions to begin transacting.
Brings you closer to what matters.
Orange.
Here we go. I am done transferring money from my account to my phone, and I didn't forget data for both of us.
Eva, how did you manage to finish the process so fast?
Ma, I'm using the new app there. With just one tap, I see all I want to do, making transaction quick and easy for me.
You mean it easy and I only have to download the app?
Yes, so ma. And by the way, the item you took are on me, Marco. I am paying using the same app. My transaction on the screen right in front of me.
No need to go through a long, tedious process to transact. Now, with one single tap, you find all options to complete your transactions. Download the Orange Money app from Play Store and the iPhone App Store and start enjoying. Easy like 1, 2, 3.
Brings you closer.
Money, oh.
Hey, man. Sorry, man. But you can really that small thing about you.
Let's see, it's been a new thing. Now, Jackie will buy my credit data for the week.
Hey, man. You worry for nothing. Just go get yourself a new thing. You'll be surprised with the kind of new game that come with it.
My, oh, man. They are still here talking plenty?
Yes. Get a new SIM card for only 50 cents and you'll receive free 200 megabytes, valid for 7 days, and free 50 minutes on net credit, valid for 7 days. Now, all new customers acquiring a new SIM card will be able to use it right away. Enjoy rapid communication with friends and loved ones. We take pride in bringing you closer to what matters the most.
Brings you closer to what matters.
Orange.
Excuse me, Papa, give me one bottle of wine. That's another plate of barbecue chicken and...
Wait up to wait 1 minute. Oh, come back. A lollipop. I know I told you to relax and enjoy. But sorry, I just checked and don't have enough cash.
Oh, man. Now you're worried there. Dilatin, I got cash on my phone. You will scan and pay. But I want my money back soon as you get more.
No problem there. But explain to me some more. Scan and pay?
Yes. With money in your Orange Money wallet, you can now scan and pay using QR codes. Check with your favorite merchants. Don't be left behind. To pay, simply download and open the Orange Money Africa app, select Scan It, and scan. Now payment is as easy as 1, 2, 3 with Orange Money QR codes.
Brings you closer to what matters.
Hello, your number one 100% Liberian-owned professional garage and auto parts dealer, Uptown Garage, is still around and going stronger and getting better. Yes, Uptown Garage at the intersection of Broad and Nelson Streets, after 20 years in the business, has a new spare parts store known as Uptown Spare Parts on Broad Street side. You don't have to order spare parts from overseas. You can purchase brand new spare parts for your car from us. No more used parts. For original spark plug from Japan, oil filters, engine oil, and everything you need to get your car working perfectly, come to us. Uptown Garage has a branch at Rehab that you can also count on. We have a diagnoser that can find and we fix any problem on your car. With our sophisticated equipment, we give 1 month warranty. We provide a tow truck free of charge if it's our garage that will work on your car, but we can tow your car anywhere for a fee. Uptown Garage has been around for 20 years now, providing reliable, efficient, and professional services and durable auto parts for your car. Contact Uptown Garage head office on 0777 55 3317, 0886 55 3317, or at our rehab branch on 0770 90 2865. Our email address is uptowngarage2014 at gmail.com. Uptown Garage, always the best. Forget the rest.
$50 on Sky 107. I got your signal. I'm sorry. I got your signal. I was so absorbed in what I was reading from the paper. But let me give you the banner headlines of the front and back pages of the only two newspapers I have with me, the Inquirer as well as the front page newspaper. Let's start with the Inquirer. Say, coup d'etat in Guinea as military topples Alpha Conte. Government reopens lac rubber processing factory. Commerce blames individual businesses for artificial rice shortage. Confirms APM terminal increased tariff on rice importation. PPCC partners with media CSOs and compliance awareness. 19-year-old Chris Cape jail for murder. Let's go to the back page of the Inquirer. Newspaper said Lions Club District 403-82 directs over $300,000 United States dollars to health. Court order GT Bank executives passports seized. Move on to the front page of the front page newspaper, today's edition, that is. DeLon's strongman joins Cummings, major fundraiser for Maserado County Senator Darius DeLon. That guy is called Jato. He is the fundraiser and organizer of DeLon, Friends of DeLon, the diaspora. He said he's gone. But now I can confirm to you, 1 down, 2 to go. There's another guy by the name of John Abraham Dode. Is another fundraiser for DeLon. Is paid will come later on. No shortage of rice. Commerce Ministry cites artificial scarcity on rice, so the market promises to go after be violated. Distrust in the Unity Party in issue of Joseph Bikers formidability. Soldiers claim to seize power in neighboring Guinea, not claim to seize. They are 4 in control. You can see the jubilation on social media. That reminded me of the days of 1980. I was still talking about it, but I can still remember guys are in the street. When you are corrupt, when soldiers take over, instantaneously they become popular. That's why you see it in Conakry today. The old man 82 saw him. Come on, deplorable state. Change the constitution. The constitution affords only 2 terms. He mango it, gave him 3 terms. The army boys just came and took him, and he just dead now. Sad. African leaders. Soldiers claim to seize power in neighboring Guinea and of the road for Alpha Conde. Yes, that's the end of the road. The TV address featured 9 unarmed soldiers, several draped in the red, gold, and green national flag, who said they are taking over because of rampant corruption, mismanagement, and poverty. That is the chorus of the late Samuel Kanyando when he troubled my beloved, Willie Arrow Tobit. And I say, my beloved, William Arrott Talbot. Well, the CDC is moving forward. It says here, and I quote, in desperate attempt to build image with United States government President George Maya, we are hires lobbyists to arrange high-level meetings in Washington, struggling for recognition. That's the question I will be developing and executing a U.S. media and press management strategy for the Republic of Liberia, President Weah and key officials to raise Liberia's profile in U.S. media and bring positive attention to the Republic with American and African American. I know this guy very well. He's the states. He's a Democrat. Bakari. I know him very very well. I can't tell you how I got to know him, but that's what it is. I know him very well. He's a strategist. I know him. He's a Democrat too. Let's go up on the back page of the front page. Newspaper says business as usual. I was not surprised. And I think that the score line was not what I expected. I expected 6-0 because what are we doing? Plans to improve not soccer. Now I'm talking about sports, soccer. They'll be worse than this. They will beat up back and say they will beat you front door and back door. You're not going to make it. It'll be worse. Thank God for Liberia Stadium. On a judge manner, we are is disqualified. So business as usual. I know we couldn't be Nigeria. Nigeria, they can bring 11 or 13 pregnant women, 6-month-old pregnant women will be lost any day. You can even the likes of Princess find 19 of Princess and put on the field will be lost any day. Not surprising. Don't expect what you didn't work for. Why Liberia will be thinking that there could be any country? No. We not don't expect to get more from why you didn't put anything. So anybody will be the market dog. We will give the people the points that they want to gravitate to the other ring. Liberia better get out of this league because it will be a disaster. It's a waste of resources. It will be a national disgrace. Get out because you're not fit to be there. Don't get me vexed. My choice for the editorial today is in the front page. Newspaper said distrust within the Union Party and issue of Joseph Boyka formidability. That is our choice of today. And let me go to the issue I'm here for. That issue has to do series of protests in the street. And while responsible for that, I've invited Mr. Sensee, Honorable Sensee J. Morris, Deputy Managing Director for Finance, or better still, we call him the Controller, to address what has been responsible for the instability leading to the series of strike actions by the employees of Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation. Good morning, Morris.
Good morning, Tim.
You don't look like a controller.
But
you look like an architect.
I am a controller. I am a financial person.
But you look more like an architect. People that can design things.
Well, thank you for the
people that live in the world of imagination. That's why you don't look like figure guys.
I think I am a critical thinker.
How do I look like?
You look more of a journalist.
That's what I am. You've been with Water and Sewer Corporation. Unfortunately, before you were suspended 2 times.
Yeah.
It's a tricky issue. We'll get to that later on. But what has been the problem there at Water and Sewer?
Well, let me first of all greet your listening audience. And I'd like to bring you greetings from my family, my beloved wife and kids. My wife turned another year yesterday. Yesterday was her birthday. So I say to you...
Was that a year you married her?
No.
Before we married her, the birthday, something like that.
I know. So I say to you, honey, happy belated birthday. Coming from the studio right here, 107.1. And we just want to be grateful that Mr. Girate, you could give us this opportunity. Let me say to the listening public, I was just sitting in my little corner when I got the call, and Mr. Girate said he wanted us to have a conversation. He wanted to know some of the things that led to my whistleblowing. Some of the trending things at the level of the institution. So today I am here to talk about it a little. And but Mr. Girate, I must say the truth that my heart is bleeding. I am frustrated over the results coming from the GAC that
We'll
led.
get to that later.
I know,
I,
I know.
I will get to that later on
I know.
because Dwana, I don't know.
Okay.
So let's what has been the problem?
So I got appointed in 2018, September 7, I got appointed. I got nominated by the President of the Republic, and I had to go through to the Liberian Senate for confirmation. So after my confirmation, I got appointed finally by the president on the 13th of September, and I started working. When I got to the LWSC, I went there with my technical know-how. By the way, I have been, prior to my last job, I have been involved with a whole lot of how you call it, audit issues.
Are you a seditious?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm proud to say I'm a seditious.
Oh, I did not say you should be.
I am.
You should not be proud.
I am a seditious. So I have over 13 years of experience in the field of audits.
13 years?
Yeah, over 13 years of experience. And I have a master's degree in finance, public finance. So it was not a mistake when the president sent me into the LWSC to take the financial affairs. And by way of my confirmation, I knew that there was something on the board to use as my driving tools, my statutory mandate. So when I got in the building, the first thing I noticed was that, or I had to do was to know how many departments are under the deputy manager director for finance. And I got to know those departments. You have the Department of Accounts, you have the Department of Material Administration, you have accounts receivable, but those are all departments of accounts, so, and material administration. So I started having conversation with the staffs, within those various departments. So I began to hear some different things that things, weren't running well. People would just go to the material administration and just like that, yeah. So they start, when they announced me, they wanted to tell me all of their frustrations. So I told them, well, thank God I have come. Before my appointment, there was somebody acting in a position. But that person acting was under the direct supervision of the managing director because the person wasn't appointed. So now that the president has appointed somebody, I think it was only fair that I gave listening ears to the employees who were complaining
and take full responsibility.
So I started going into that and putting all of my stuff together. I wanted to know why this, and I wanted to know what the employees were saying, whether they were saying the truth. So I told them, I said, okay, fine. I am establishing now a checkpoint. If the managing director, the MD, fellow Liberians, let me announce publicly that the MD is a policy breaker. Yes, he is a policy breaker. And he has always been a policy breaker until he even broke one policy that is even the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia. And I will tell the public today, because those evidences were sent wherever I went for my investigation. They have those evidences. It sickens me for this man, the organic law of the state. And I will tell the public, I will share you the letter, you will read that letter. The man suspended.
I know that. He suspended you, then the president suspended you.
Yeah. So and he suspended me before. So probably I don't know, when the president suspended me, I was like, wow, but I have already been suspended. But we will talk about that, So I started, setting the stage for my, control.
Your TOR.
My TOR. So the issue was, the MD would just send instruction to the department. Y'all do this, y'all do that, y'all do the other one. And the guys would be frustrated. The deputy administration would just go there to, hey, y'all do this one, y'all do that one. And the guys would be frustrated. So I told them, well, now I am the official head of the Division of Finance, having been appointed by the and confirmed by the Liberian Senate.
Did Dwana or sedition as well?
I sincerely don't know his fate. I don't know his political fate. Because, a lot of us now, Timais, are pretending like we love the president, like we are seditions, but I don't know his
Is he
fate.
the president's friend?
I don't know. I sincerely don't know. But he claimed to be so super. So then I set this checkpoint. If the managing director comes or instructs you guys to do XYZ, don't disrespect because he's the managing director, but inform me. I will take the issue with him. But if any other deputy comes to ask you for anything coming from the warehouse or wherever, just let me know or tell them, refer them to me because we are all on par. We all have equal. We all have divisions that we control. So you don't get into my division, charge of things in my division without my acquaintance. So I was points that I set, and the public to know is that when I set that checkpoint, the managing director, the deputy for administration, they felt offended. They felt offended, and they started having meetings behind my back. But who's this speaking? What am I coming from? You can set checkpoint here like that. After all, I am the MD. So before I know it, so that I don't go too long into our timing, before I know it, Mr. Girardet, the MD wrote a letter of instruction in the form of memo instructing the Department of Material Administration that they have been moved over to the Division of Administration. He took that thing from under me and passed it over to the Deputy Managing Director of Administration. Now, the organogram that was structured from past government, from the Ellen Johnson Sirleaf government, you have professional people. You have CPAs on the board. You have professional people on the board. They crafted our organogram and they placed that department under me for few reasons. One, the Deputy Managing Director for Administration controls procurement. So you cannot be controlling procurement and keeping what you procure and disbursing what you procure. So they saw it befitting that the man who pays for those things must control it and determine the value for money. But the managing director saw that as an affront to his office. And before I know it, without a bold resolution, you see, Mr. Girardet, policy are crafted for leadership. Policy are crafted that you can use as a tools. But this managing director will always break policy. He doesn't care. If you stand in his way, anything that will hinder his move, he will cut it off. So the managing director took,
even if that smells with corruption,
even if it smells of corruption, even if it will lead to fraud,
he will go ahead.
He will go ahead. Even if it will lead to fraud. So the man took the whole department from under me without a bold resolution. You can imagine that, Mr. Girardet. So Department of Material Administration moved over to the Division of Administration, controlled by the Deputy Managing Director for Administration. So guess what now? See what started happening. Materials started disappearing from the warehouse.
With no proper inventory.
No proper inventory. Materials started disappearing. So quickly, let me just come quickly to how the World Bank field got missing. Sensee Morris is no more in charge. The department is no more under Sensee Morris. The managing director said, I am the managing director. I have taken the department from under you. They no more report to you. So the World Bank.
Go ahead.
The World Bank gave us a few to fight against the coronavirus. Sensee Morris is no more in charge. And the guys are in charge of the warehouse.
Plundering into that.
So what do you think will happen? So I can say on this platform that close to 30,000 gallons of the World Bank fuel was stolen.
Out of the 55.
But this is the Controller General speaking to you. In fact, that fuel was procured without my acquiescence. I am the Controller General of the institution, the Deputy Managing Director for Finance. I am a default member of the Procurement Committee. And this is why today I will be telling the Auditor General that you did not do well. Because how did that contract, get awarded to Hydro-C? The default member of the Procurement Committee cannot be appointed as Managing Director. The Managing Director has the authority to appoint people on the Procurement Committee. But the policy book, I brought a policy book with me, Mr. Girata is right here. The policy book says you will appoint every other person, but you will not appoint the head of the Division of Finance. This book was crafted and signed by the Liberian government, the World Bank Group, for procurement processes at the level of the project. So if the Controller General is not a part of the procurement processes, how is that supposed to be an approval? The Procurement Committee must approve the amount or any amount above the threshold before you can award a contract. So how did that happen? Those are the things that have been happening. The man will break all the policies. He will break the law. He doesn't care. One of the things that frustrates me is that when they came to me about this hydro-concede, I wanted to see the contract. Oh, yes, I'm the controller. I needed to know what are the terms in the contract. They refused. I wanted to see the financial money. The managing director said, "That's not my business." So I said, "But I'm not going to."
But how will you people run a place like that? Not like a team. How?
The managing director does not even have strategies on the book to run the institution. But T-Max, this is 3 years going. We cannot have anything to show to the Liberian people. Liberia water and sewer. All that matters in there is how employees were struck for their salaries, for their just pay. When last you heard that Liberia water and sewer pay employees on time?
So what do you people do? Where for the finances? What do you people do?
So we kept
the managing director, the deputy managing director, or the deputy managing directors that includes you. Why you people treat people that way?
So you see, T-Max.
Can we then safely conclude that the bunch of you people are the hierarchy of the water and sewer are notorious kleptomaniacs?
You may define us at that level, but T-Max, in every institution, there will be bad heads. And there will be some good heads that will want to see the right thing being done. And Sensee Morris has been one of those.
But are you paid for it? You should have danced their song. You should have jumped into the wagon of the corruption. You should have been in bed with Dwana. But now, Dwana, by extension, all of you people would have been set free and go by doing what you used to do and what you were enjoying doing.
So look at me, T-Max. I'm a young man. Every young man will want such an opportunity to just get some enough money in your account, relax yourself. The I, me, and myself theory. Every young man will want that. But I think I would like to say publicly that the president is blessed to have such a young man like Sensee Morris standing for the right thing. Don't want to be involved with corrupt practices.
But he suspended you.
Well, the president...
He suspended you.
The president suspended me for one major reason that I am convinced that I needed to be suspended. I am not here to disrespect in any form and manner the president of the republic. He's a man of wisdom. Here's why the president suspended me. T-Max, if you come up to raise red flag, you know that it's going to cause disturbances. Of course. People are going to be carrying it all around the place. The news were carrying it all around the place.
But the point is,
you raise red flag. Right?
You raise red flag.
So the president said,
the president should not. The president is not part of the red flag we're raising. So why should they make him to suspend you?
In the wisdom of the president, my man, you raise red flag. You said so and so thing happened. So I am taking you off your duty.
No, the
For,
president,
for me,
the president
this is
should have
my-
called you.
But this is my
Say,
opinion.
Morris, thank you for using the red flag. I want the details. I want the evidence for the red flag.
well-
you would not. You should not have suspended you for that.
But
for
what-
raising red flag.
But whatever
When the
way-
president, when they were running on the mantra of change, said Liberia would be a changed place.
I agree with you, Mr. Chilate. But whatever way the president chose to come up with his decision, I probably think that he wanted me to the GSC and provide my evidences, and the other and Mr. Duana Kamara will go and put up his defense. But to my greatest surprise, and this is what I want to say, I hope the president is listening. I hope my followers are listening. Now, let me tell you something, Mr. Gilade. You see, the result of the GSC has shown some level of I don't know how to say it. You know what my followers are thinking about me? I'm a young man. They think that I have lied. They think that I have lied. They think that I had nothing to say, but I just lied on Mr. Kamara. And I am in your studio today to say, no, I did not lie. I was never given the opportunity by the GAC
to get your side of the story,
to present my evidences
regarding the financial impropriety.
So can you imagine? I should have gone to the GAC in two capacities: one as a whistleblower, and two as the controller general of the institution. How should you conduct a financial audit
in the
and
absence?
You left the controller general out? Mr. Girardi, what sense does that make? I am disappointed in the AG. In fact, guess what? When the leak report came up, I saw it as a leak. The AG signature wasn't there. So anybody asked me, I would tell them, no, that trash. The AG signature is not on our report, so I'm not going to react to it. So what I did, I got more of my friends in the GSC. We all been auditors for the past years. More of my friends there. So I managed to get the deputy AG contact, the deputy AG for audit, the one who instituted this audit. I got his contact. I said, oh, Mr. AG, lucky for me, he answered. I said, Mr. AG, I want Mr. Nanga. I said, Mr. Nanga, you release an audit report. And
was that the final report?
In fact, it was the final, but it was not signed. So I was not dignifying it at the time. At the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, Mr. Nanga, I'm seeing in the papers and all over the place and hearing all over the news that the GAC has concluded on their final report. But Mr. Nanga, the president sent me to you. I am the controller general of the institution. I came up and raised a red flag. Why are you not giving me the opportunity to come and display my evidences?
What did he say?
He said, oh, if that did not happen, I am sorry, but I'm going out of town. That was week before last.
He's telling you if that did not happen,
he was sorry.
He conducted the audit?
He conducted the audit, but he was saying to me, I am sorry, Mr. Morris, if that did not happen, but I'm going out of town. I challenge the deputy AG for audit to say that we never had a conversation week before last Friday. Can you imagine the president saying to you, you're supposed to call me. You did not call me. Then
you conducted an audit.
No,
the audit is finalized.
No, worst of all, Mr. Girardi, I called him and said, I'm seeing something in the papers. I'm seeing something flying all around the place. If it is true that you release this thing, I think it is unfair to me. Can you call me, please, so that I can come and show you my evidence? The man said to me, I am going out of town. I will be coming back over the weekend. So Monday morning, I will call you.
Which is today?
No. That was last week, Monday.
Okay.
Far before the me audit came up. I started engaging the thing on a cover so that it doesn't come to the public like that. So I waited for Mr. Nanka the whole of Monday morning. He did not call me. So I said, when I found out from my intel at the GSC, he said they are in some meetings. I said, okay, let me leave him some more. I gave him the whole of Monday. He did not call me. The whole of Tuesday, he did not call me. I started calling Mr. Nanka. Mr. Nanka did not respond to my call. Fellow Liberians, for those of you who are listening, who know me, who know Sensee Morris, Sensee Morris is from District 15. I am a political person. The people of District 15 believe in me. So I needed to come to the show to let the people know that Sensee Morris is not a liar. Sensee Morris wasn't just given the opportunity
To explain this side
to
of the story.
explain himself. And that was the essence of the president's mandate.
Let's look at the Liberian water and sewer as it is. We read in the papers. We've seen demonstration and protests all around the place from employees. You raised the red flag.
Yeah.
In the wisdom of the president, the audit, the GSC had to be involved. And the guy who has the GSC is my personal friend. That was the first major assignment.
Yeah.
For it to have come up the way it is, just give me non-gloom, non-doom, the future of the Liberian water and sewer operation.
So I think the GSC boss is a friend to Dwana Kamara. Guess why? Why I said so? You were to call me. You did not call me. I made effort to call you, begging you after I had been sent. You see how the guys can disrespect mandates? The president gave a mandate. You want me to read a mandate? Let me read a mandate so that the public can see. Go on the Executive Mansion website. On the 10th of June, it was on a Thursday, the president suspended us. He said the president suspended the pay on Thursday, June 10, 2021, following reports of disturbances and allegations. Mr. Gerard, are you not seeing S there? It says allegations, right? So it says and allegations of corruption at the LWSC. It says and allegations. So that's not one thing. The GAC designed the thing in such a manner, and they only took one transaction, one allegation. They only took 99. But who told them that I was accusing Mr. Kamara for 99,000? Who told them? This is the Controller General of the institution. I did not accuse Mr. Kamara of stealing. I said Mr. Kamara is a policy breaker. He's awarding contracts without the procedures. He's not following the procedures. So why you can't call me so I can say the only institution that should determine who is who in terms of corruption is the LWSC. Now, if you went to the LWSC, Mr. Jidade, I provide the LWSC, in fact, did their own officially. They officially wrote me, predicated upon the president's mandate. We are writing you to come and present your evidence of the claim against Mr. Dwana Kamara. Why you think, Mr. Jidade, the LWSC placed Mr. Kamara on their travel restriction list and Sensee Morris' name wasn't there? Fellow Liberians, think of it. Why you think my name wasn't on that list? For the LWSC.
Who you think is serving that he's going scot-free this way? Is it the president?
Dwana Kamara has always behaved.
It is a DNA to be corrupt.
For me, I can't determine who is to be corrupt, but with the evidences that I have, I know what went wrong. With those evidences that were presented at the NSA, I went to the NSA. The NSA invited me. I presented my evidences. As soon as the NSA saw one of my evidences, they said, go sleep. Dwana is done. You know, I'm saying it publicly because I'm thinking it is like a dream. Dwana Kamara to even go back in God.
So who you think interest Dwana is serving? Who is
Mr. Jidade?
Who's supporting Dwana?
Mr. Jidade, I probably think that the guys should do the president justice. They should tell the president the truth.
Who should present the truth?
The guys that are probably around the presidency that are receiving these informations. I don't know who are. I cannot call their names on the public radio, but they have received my information. I am even challenging the LWSC now. LWSC have got series of, I don't know, evidences against Dwana Kamara that are presented.
Yet he's free.
Yes, he's free, but I don't know whether the LWSC report was considered. So I'm asking the LWSC to brief the president.
So who is Dwana?
But Mr. Jidade,
who is Dwana serving?
So Mr. Jidade, let me ask you one question. They sent me to you, or I was called, or you called me. I came to you and presented evidences of my claim. right?
It's for me to look into those
It's
claims.
for you to look into those claims. Then you came and said, from these evidences, I don't think Donna Gamara will make it. So you decided to ask the court to put a travel restriction on him. I mean, shouldn't that interest the president? Why did the LWSC put travel restriction on Donna Gamara? Shouldn't that interest the president? Shouldn't that interest the people around the president?
Thank you very much. Our time is gone. Now let's take our second break. And when we come back, call me on those numbers on 07777 Sensee, just open it up wide. Corruption, inherent, endemic corruption at the water and seaward. Guy who took the cookies from the cookies, Jara Hill. Long live the king, go and say no more Dwana on his bike. The deputy comptroller general said, my man, I will get to you. Why you send this through? I will see you. Never called him. NSA has his report as to the evidence, material evidence of the impropriety. He was never called.
The
LWSC did their work, submitted that, and the GAC did an audit without looking at the different pieces of accusation yet. His name was removed from the travel restriction. Now, free alas, thank God Almighty. Dwana is free alas. When we come back, call us on those numbers.
Okay.
Excuse me, one bottle of wine, just another plate of barbecue chicken, and
Wait up the wait 1 minute. Oh, come back. A lollipop. I know I'm going to relax and enjoy. But sorry, I just checked and don't have enough cash.
oh man, I am worried there. Little thing, I got cash on my phone. You will scan and pay, but I want my money back soon as you get more.
No problem there. But explain to me some more. Scan and pay?
Yes. With money in your Orange Money wallet, you can now scan and pay using QR codes. Check with your favorite merchants. Don't be left behind. To pay, simply download and open the Orange Money Africa app, select Scan It, and scan. Now payment is as easy as 1, 2, 3 with Orange Money QR codes.
Brings you closer to what matters.
Orange.
Well, what kind of message did people sending me again? Oh, who said my SIM not register? I was one of the first people then to buy my SIM from them when they came to Liberia.
Ah, I see. So that all I still only want to check time. Now you must do it using your national ID card. After registration, there is a special number you can call.
Ah, yeah. They really make it easier for us.
Yes, we are all required to register our SIM cards by using our national ID cards. But that's not all. Orange Liberia provides a very easy way out for you to self-check your status. Dial *5434# to check your SIM registration status, free of charge. We take pride in bringing you closer to what matters the most.
Brings you closer.
Our manager must have the money. Oh,
Hey man, sorry man, but you can really that small thing about you.
let's see everything that a new thing. I just want to buy my friend data for the week.
Hey man, you worry for nothing. Just go get yourself a new thing. You'll be surprised with the kind of new game that come with it.
My oh man, they are still here talking plenty.
Yes, get a new SIM card for only 50 cents and you'll receive free 200 megabytes, valid for 7 days, and free 50 minutes on net credit, valid for 7 days. Now, all new customers acquiring a new SIM card will be able to use it right away. Enjoy rapid communication with friends and loved ones. We take pride in bringing you closer to what matters the most.
Brings you closer to what matters.
Orange.
Hello, your number one 100% Liberian-owned professional garage and auto parts dealer, Uptown Garage, is still around and going stronger and getting better. Yes, Uptown Garage at the intersection of Broad and Nelson Streets, after 20 years in the business, has a new spare parts store known as Uptown Spare Parts on Broad Street side. You don't have to order spare parts from overseas. You can purchase brand new spare parts for your car from us. No more used parts. For original spark plug from Japan, oil filters, engine oil, and everything you need to get your car working perfectly, come to us. Uptown Garage has a branch at Rehab that you can also count on. We have a diagnoser that can find and we fix any problem on your car. With our sophisticated equipment, we give 1 month warranty. We provide a tow truck free of charge if it's our garage that will work on your car, but we can tow your car anywhere for a fee. Uptown Garage has been around for 20 years now, providing reliable, efficient, and professional services and durable auto parts for your car. Contact Uptown Garage head office on 0777 55 3317, 0886 55 3317, or at our rehab branch on 0770 90 2865. Our email address is uptowngarage2014@gmail.com. Uptown Garage, always the best. Forget the rest.
Thank you very much. We're back on 50/50 on Sky 107. Call me on those numbers on 0777 107. You'll be live on 50/50 on Sky 107. I want you to pace your calls inconsistent with what we are discussing today. So let's go to the line, talk to our first caller. Good morning.
Good morning.
Kimia, good morning. Go ahead.
That's and the controller. We listen to that story. Someone who has raised the red flag is trying to help government in acquiring much of the resources. But the person who has made his dubious account is back at the Water and Sewer Corporation. So where is our code of conduct and heading for this new democracy? Are we shading corruption or we are friends of corruption? I think it's a side in Liberia. I think they should do due diligence to that man's studio because he raised the red flag. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Call me on that number on 0777 107. You'll be live from 50/50 on Sky 107. So line 2, talk to our next caller. Good morning.
Good morning, Tima.
Good morning, my brother.
Good morning to your studio guest.
Good
morning. My name is Aloysius P. Flomo Jr., and I joined the discussion this morning from Lower Maikibi County in district number 2. Tima, the issue of corruption in this country, for every government, I want to be serious-minded. I want to make a lot of improvement. They will prioritize corruption and fight against corruption. And the Controller General Institute there, for me, in my personal opinion, I don't think they have been doing too well when it comes to fighting corruption because the government currently, like you serve part of, they have been involved into several corruption standards in this country, and absolutely they are not been speaking on these things. But just think of an app because we are approaching to 2023 election, they are coming to buy public sentiment to say ultimately in the name that they are fighting corruption. So I think they have not been fighting corruption in this country. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you very much. Call me on that number on 0777 107. You'll be live from 50/50 on Sky 107. Let's go back to line 5. Talk to our next caller. Good morning. The caller is not ready yet. The lines are still open. While we wait for the callers, I want Sensee to drive me through this detail of discrepancies findings.
Yeah.
There are 3 pillars on that. We have no evidence of evaluation report from inception to completion of the project.
Yeah, that is your funding.
1.2 said payment by LWSC to Hydro Conseil were not consistent with contract terms.
Yeah.
And 1.3 said bank transfer not consistent with transfer terms, with contract terms.
Yeah. So Mr. Girardet, let me quickly let me compare the conclusion to the findings so that the general public can know. So in the conclusion, when you go all the way to the last page, in the conclusion of the report, there are senior auditors in this country. Please listen. 2.1.1.4. You say our procedures were planned and crafted in a systematic manner to identify the risks of fraud, which you already did. You identified 3 discrepancies. Those are all risks that could lead to fraud in the implementation of the service contract. Based on the outcome of our audit, you said no sufficient evidence of fraud was brought to our attention. So let me ask the GAC boss, who's supposed to give you the evidence?
Let's go back to the line to talk to our next caller. Good morning.
Is that the people they Donna Camara?
Good morning, Mark.
Good morning, my brother. What's your name and where are you calling me from?
My name is Ross One N. I'm calling for the Rubberfield Highway.
Go ahead.
Yeah, let me say thanks to Mr. Morris for the explanation provided to us this morning. What I would like to say is, Mark, when you have a national government that does not prioritize the fight against corruption, these are the conditions we experience as people. Now, we should be mindful to understand that the key factors that brought about the coup and the war in our country. And people were elected to serve us, not to serve themselves. But we are going in a way that tells us that people have come to power to exploit, enrich themselves because they believe that the country will pass away tomorrow. And like they will always remain. Let them remember that if you read about Samuel K. Doe, Charles Taylor, and other leaders before us, those people extorted us, and some of those hospitals all disappear today. Nobody lives in them. So we should be careful how to handle themselves. Lastly, before I leave your line, let me tell Mr. Morris that, look, please, Mr. Morris, please protect your life. We don't want for what happened to other auditors to happen to you. We love you. Protect yourself because we know that these days people are being killed based on what they believe, especially when they come against corruption or they believe to have fought against corruption. So be very careful, my brother and friend, so that your life will not go like that needs you for future development. Thanks so much for the opportunity.
Thank you very much. Call me on that number on 077777107. You'll be live from 5050 on Sky 107. Let's go back to line 3. Talk to our next caller. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, T-Mac.
Good morning, my brother. What's your name and where are you calling me from?
Yeah, this is Prince Nancio, and I joined the conversation this morning from Plunkoff, down below.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Mr. Chikabe, I want to thank your studio guests. Very good. And since the case came to the public glare, I think Mr. Morris, his intent of making this revelation was to do the public some good, to do the public some justice. And then since the GSE have managed to come up with their report, and the president subsequently reinstated Mr. the managing director, I think the documents and the evidences that Mr. Morris has within his possession shouldn't be private anymore. He should bring them to the public because once it is given to the media, within the media, there is nothing private that they will provide those evidences for people to be able to make the judgment between what the GAC came up with and what Mr. Morris has. So the quality that he has to be going from radio stations to radio stations, instead making claims. We don't want the public to see this thing as if he has something personal against the managing director of his boss. He was only doing this to do the public some good. So those evidences that he still has, let him provide them, and then the media will be able to educate the people well that this is what Mr. Sensee has been claiming, and this is what the GAC did. And then we can be able to make our judgment. But to be going from radio station to radio station, the president has already reinstated this man. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Call me on that number on 077777107. You'll be live from 5050 on Sky 107. A special studio guest, Sensee Morris, former controller of the Liberian Water and Sewer Corporation and former deputy managing director for Fiscal at the Water and Sewer Corporation. Unfortunately, has been notorious for corruption way back. I don't know why people go there with a preconceived mind of stealing money and then get caught in the cookies jar. Let's go back to line 5 and talk to our next caller. Good morning. Good morning, my brother. What's your name, please?
My name is Sept, and I joined the conversation from Congress. Good morning to the guest.
Good morning.
I listened to your presentation. He's been on the radio for recent time, and he has been flagging this corruption issue. But I think he's doing this honestly to himself. The fact that he still wants to protect or still defending the integrity of President William. Let me say to him.
You say he wants to protect. Wait a minute. You say he wants to protect the integrity of President William. In what way?
I'm saying he's willing to himself by protecting the integrity of President William. That is now what the protected. Let's be frank here, Tina. at the institution on grounds of corruption. Administratively, to have somebody who knows, so legislative matter him. It is not for the administrators to suspend the one who broke the alarm. It is for you to initiate an immediate audit within the institution that the alarm is blown into. Right? But then the president suspended him and even suspended the managing director himself and now asked the GAC to carry on audit. The GAC pushed him aside to not call him who blew the alarm, and now they have come with a report, and my understanding is they have reinstated the managing director when he is still under suspension. All the time he went to Farm FM, you think the president did not listen, or in the cycle that the president did not listen to you, to know that GAC did not involve into the audit? You think he did not listen to it? But what they can call you, they will not call you back because the intention is not to fight corruption. If you are there with the clean capital and does not want to be involved in the corruption, you are the one now who being sacrificed. And the man who participated the act of corruption now is being reinstated when you are out. Today, you are crying out on the radio up to for February up to June, they are not getting a thing. Every real year, my brother, you don't have something. The president is not the president is not very want to talk about in the country.
Thank you very much. Call me on that number on 0777 107. Let's go back to line 6. Talk to our next caller. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr.
Good morning. Go ahead.
Yeah, my name is Not of course.
Go ahead.
Yeah, the thing Mr. saying is serious. The government needs to encourage Martin to do it. Because we want Mr. You can't have you're not for the whole investigation. And we said that's just something also. Look at the scandal when somebody say the government is sure they're very stuff. So I like to give them some things that come into the public and in the public.
Thank you very much. Call me on that number on 0777 107. You'll be live from 5050 on Sky 107. Let's go back to the line to talk to our last caller. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Mr.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Jata.
Good morning.
I'm Mohamed Asana Kone. I'm calling from a couple on Nikutan, Kapashu to be specific.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Mr. Jata, I just called to U.S. checkpoint to Mr. Sensee analysis. There are so many factors that are leading to people leaving major offices or public offices. Mr. Sensee Morris here from the Coral Road AGM. One point that we invited him to serve as a guest speaker on one of our program. He came here on the pulpit. Mr. Sensee Morris promised the teaching staff and administrative staff $30,000 said 2 years ago. Morris have been called so many times.
Hello. That's not what I'm discussing. That's what I'm discussing here. Thank you very much. Let's take our last. Do we have another caller? I want to take the last caller. Okay. Go back to Mr. Morris, or you want me to take my last call? Okay, go back. Mr. Morris, you want to comment on?
Yeah, sure. I want to comment on a few things. First of all, let me say to the public that I am not in studio to challenge the decision of the president. Mr. Morris is not here to challenge the decision of the president. The president took the decision to reinstate Mr. Kamara because of the GAC report. And I want the public to know one of the reasons why I am in studio is because I have a lot of people following me. Sensee Morris' name is a household name in District 15. You want Sensee Morris to be passing in District 15 and people
You want to be
saying,
representative too?
I did. I was in a race.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you lost.
No, I didn't lose. Party will always have to be supreme. So I had to stand down.
Mm.
And that was how we won District 15 down. I think you heard about Abu Kamara. Right. So what I'm trying to say is that I don't want to be passing in District 15 and people referring to me as a liar. Or my kids, you're parking liar.
You're part of liar,
Yeah,
man.
that liar, man. So I want to inform my followers and the entire public that I am not a liar, man. I was not given the opportunity to prove myself. So I am not a liar, man. I am not here to even defy the decision of the president. Quickly, Mr. Jirate, if you will give me the time, let me just tell you what are some of those things that have been happening inside there, that the developing partners are frustrated about. I will give you just a few. In quite recent time, like I said over and over, I have not been a part of the projects activities. Mr. Kamara single-handedly runs the projects.
Mr. Dwana.
Mr. Dwana Kamara.
Okay.
Yeah, he single-handedly runs the project.
Hmm.
Nobody supposed to put forward when it comes to that project. So the USA people got frustrated. They built 3 different water treatment plants in this country. They built one in Lofa County. I was there. I went and received it. I was instructed by the managing director to go and receive it in Lofa County, in San Nicolas, and in how you call it place, Robertsport, right? Those 3 cities. The people got frustrated that they have invested so much and they are not seeing any dividends helping the economy to boom. So they got concerned. They wanted to know what happening. They sent their economic team to come and do fault finding. And Sensee Morris, of course, is the fiscal man. So the managing director asked me to join a team to go and do feasibility studies on the economic conditions of those water treatment plants. Mr. Girardi, you will not believe it. The employees struck in Lofa. The people could not drink water. They had to return to the creeks. The same thing in San Nicolas. The same thing in Robertsport. Guess what now? When the employees struck in Robertsport, one of the politicians took advantage of that. We needed 14,000 and some change to pay the employees in Robertsport, but we could not pay. So one of the politicians took advantage of that. The manager went there and begged the people, say, for the sake of the citizens, let me give you a small thing so that you can open the water treatment plant that the people get water. Because in Grand Cape County, the people go distance to go get water from the creek. And why would the people return to the creek when you have a water treatment plant there? So the USA people were frustrated. Guess what now? This politician stole the show. He gave the people close to 12,000 when you needed 14,000. He said, I got your soft drink. It was highly political. You know what that meant for our government? You know what that meant, Mr. Dilata? The man stole the show in Grand Cape County. The thing was all on social media and public radios. He stole the show. So it is not a good thing for us. We had to, let me tell you something. Let me tell the Liberian people. The Minister of Finance had been doing very well when it comes to supporting Liberia water and sewer. The Minister of Finance have been doing very well. Is he not on record? One day he even said that if I gave the other money, you ain't doing anything. I think you got to stay on your own and your business. Is he not on record?
He said that.
The Minister of Finance is frustrated too. Since we took over,
but they need to take steps now, saying that you're frustrated, you're not doing anything about the ugly situation.
Well, that is left with their judgment.
He's giving them money. If they're not measuring it up, don't give them money anymore.
So let me tell the public that when the minister just paid this gone 4 months, it was not because he wanted to do so. It was because Sensee Morris raised an alarm that drew the president's attention, and because the president loves the people, he's here for the people. He said, well, I will pay for 4 months. He instructed the minister to go and pay for 4 months. And the minister said, I'm going to do it again.
Thank you very much, Mr. Morris. Let's take our last break. And when we come, we'll go straight to Studio A to Princess to give us comments from our social media users.
Our manager can say the money.
Hey, man. Sorry, man. But you can really that small thing about you.
Let's see everything that a new pig. I just want to buy my friend a data for the week.
Hey, man. You worry for nothing. Just go get yourself a new thing. You'll be surprised with the kind of new game that come with it.
My oh man. They are sitting here talking plenty.
Yes. Get a new SIM card for only 50 cents and you'll receive free 200 megabytes, valid for 7 days, and free 50 minutes on net credit, valid for 7 days. Now, all new customers acquiring a new SIM card will be able to use it right away. Enjoy rapid communication with friends and loved ones. We'll take pride in bringing you closer to what matters the most.
Brings you closer to what matters.
Orange.
Wait now, so you mean to tell me I can send my money any amount now? The fees now reduced?
Yes, so it can make people happy, yeah?
That's not smart to you.
Send money to your loved ones from wallet to wallet, starting as low as $10 Liberian. Just dial *144# and follow the instructions to begin transacting.
Brings you closer to what matters.
Orange.
Hello, your number one 100% Liberian-owned professional garage and auto parts dealer, Uptown Garage, is still around and going stronger and getting better. Yes, Uptown Garage at the intersection of Broad and Nelson Streets, after 20 years in the business, has a new spare parts store known as Uptown Spare Parts on Broad Street side. You don't have to order spare parts from overseas. You can purchase brand new spare parts for your car from us. No more used parts. For original spark plugs from Japan, oil filters, engine oil, and everything you need to get your car working perfectly, come to us. Uptown Garage has a branch at Rehab that you can also count on. We have a diagnoser that can find and we fix any problem on your car. With our sophisticated equipment, we give 1 month warranty. We provide a tow truck free of charge if it's our garage that will work on your car, but we can tow your car anywhere for a fee. Uptown Garage has been around for 20 years now, providing reliable, efficient, and professional services and durable auto parts for your car. Contact Uptown Garage head office on 0777 553317, 0886 553317, or at our rehab branch on 0770 902865. Our email address is uptowngarage2014@gmail.com. Uptown Garage, always the best. Forget the rest.
Thank you very much, Mike. On 50 on Sky 107. It's now we go straight to Studio 8 to Princess to give us comments from our social media users. The comments you're about to hear are not comments from Sky, but comments from our social media users. So it's all to use Princess in Studio 8.
All right, T-Mac. So let me begin with Joyce Kemuka, who writes, are the accusations about corruption in this government are made up, or are the governors themselves citing those corrupt officials who their governors benefit from? Martin Wema Brown writes, good morning, T-Max. Did I hear that President Weah reinstated Dwana Kamara as MD of the Liberia Water and Sewer? Where are we taking the fight against corruptions? President Weah is a complete opposite of what he told the Liberian people during his inauguration. How can GSC conclude a corruption investigation in the absence of the whistleblower? Hilton Wulajedo writes, good morning, T-Max, and good morning to Princess. I'm following you from my purple corner in Lokentown as a purple defender. T-Max, GAC, as the constituted body, has given her report, and we must live by it. I'm told that suspended finance manager Sensee Morris usually gave important information to Henry Petro Costa. This could be the reason for which he may not be reinstated. You should always learn how to protect the image of the government you work with. I'm also wondering about his allegation that GSC didn't invite him for inquiry. Glebo Johnson writes, the Liberian people already passed this stage long time. James Walker writes, stop the scapegoating, pay the LEC whistleblower his salaries. He legally worked for it from February to May 2021. The case of Sensee Morris is a major test to the survival of the whistleblower. That's a whistleblower act. Beware. George Kemuka writes, T-Max said that again, my beloved William Aratodler. Rampant corruption, 1980 remained rampant corruption, 1997, 2005, 2017, and so forth. Ruth Baba Spengba writes, what do you expect of investigation from GAC? We were ordered when the right people win in 2023. Otherwise, based on the people we elect, We will continue the business as usual while the rest of us continue to suffer. Doing the same thing and expect different results with few bags of rice during campaign is all we look forward to. Let me take this one. George Kemukai, under the statute that creates the controller of LWSC, does the president appoint? Benjamin Biswa writes, with this information from this guy, Liberia is in a serious trouble. How can any friendly country support the government of the day? Ruth Albert Spengba writes, I hope they don't start to witch hunt you after this discussion, sir. Samuel Dopa writes, that's why Liberians wanted. Mama Rita. Otello Debbie James writes, this guy taught at AMEU. He doesn't take nonsense. Thank you for your honesty. Lami Famala writes, in terms of popular work in this country of ours, it's like the popular television show, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Many of those seek only for themselves, illegally, if I may add. About China writes, T-Max water in Siwa has been a total embarrassment to this government. Every day there are issues only because few people in the administration want to get rich overnight. If President Weah does not make a change in administration at the entity, nothing good will come out of LWSC. James David writes, the whole country collapsed, nothing working at all, social criminals running the country. Islamic family, that negative change Uncle was talking about. Sarah Putaway writes, T-Max, the president is a dictator. Whenever they steal the money from any department, they carry it to him, then he save it into his personal account. Otello Debbie James writes, this country can force you to be corrupt, even if you want to exemplify integrity. Barbara Bobby Chas writes, my brother, as long as you want to be fair, you will be their enemy. God will find you a job better than the previous one. Edison Ross writes, good morning to the 50-50 family. Hello to your guests, like father, like son. It is not the same way that the MD father is running the country. No principle-minded person can work in such environments. I'm not surprised because I knew all of these things could happen. Our only hope our only and last hope is 2023. Let me take this one. Basali Batakoli. He said LACC is also corrupt. They get instructions directly from the president. Omar Rukengo writes, the president got his share of the corruption's money. Jojo writes, brother, you need to be careful with those killers. And this final one, Alex Diesel writes, the president should do the right thing by reinstating Honorable Morris. That's all for now, T-Max.
Thank you very much. Back on 50-50 on Sky 107. Our time, unfortunately, is over. I cannot read for you the editorial because of some technical problem that I found with the editorial. So we'll give you the new editorial in conjunction with the caption of today's editorial. So, Mr. Morris, our time is up. What will be your last thing to say before we leave?
First, let me say thanks to you, Mr. Gilate, for affording me the opportunity to come and say a word to the Liberian populace, to my followers. Like I said previously, that I did not come to sing praises for job. I'm a professional person. Even if I leave government, I will still live. I just wanted my followers to know that I wasn't called to the GSC. The GSC did not do well. The GSC refused to call me to provide my evidences. And then somebody said that I gave information to Henry Costa. Well, it's up to them. They got their proof. And somebody also talked about whether I was appointed by the president. Yes, I was appointed by the president and confirmed by the Liberian Senate. And so we are hoping that the president will look at the report from the LACC and the NSA because we provided documentary evidence.
It's late.
Yeah,
Duana is reinstated. It's late.
I am just hoping that he
take that one to Westman and wrap it in the fish. It's late.
But the president has the power to appoint and at the same time to dismiss.
Duana is still on the throne.
Quickly, let me just say a word to the Liberian legislature. We want to know whether the constitution has been amended, because I have a letter in my hand here, and because of time, I may not be able to read it, but I will send a copy through my lawyers to the Liberian legislature. Mr. Camarade, you swap the function of the president. There is nowhere in the Liberian constitution that when the president appoints somebody, that person can be suspended by another appointee. But this is a letter where Mr. Kamara suspended me on the 8th of June and directed me to the Liberia National Police for investigation. I was suspended already. This is how I told the public and I told you people that the man believes in breaking policy. So he has even gone as far as breaking.
But the man was never cautioned, Sensee, and the president came back and suspended you.
No, I'm just saying my little story that I was suspended. I had the letter signed by the managing director. He suspended me. He even told the board of directors to do so. The board of directors said that that is constitutional issue. We don't have the authority to suspend Mr. Sensee Morris. So you have to wait for us to investigate. If the man is guilty, we will recommend to the president for his suspension. But the man said, no, that thing you're doing, you're wasting time. I will suspend that boy.
And the man did suspend
and
you.
he suspended me. I have the
and
letter.
the president came back and suspended you again.
So I was wondering which one of the suspension anyway that Reddy Sensee Morris had to go under, because I was already suspended. And this is an affront to the Liberian legislature. This is an affront to the board. This is an affront to the office of the president. You cannot swap the function of the president. Let me tell you quickly, Timas, before I close.
You think the president did not know that you were suspended by the managing director?
Well, I cannot tell, but let me tell you quickly as I close. You see lawyers in this country or lawyers around the world, they are crafty. They can use reference to build their cases. So if nothing is done where a presidential appointee is breaking the organic law of the land, suspending somebody, you swapping the function of the president. Tomorrow, another person will do it, and the person will go. Thank you, Tim.
Thank you very much.
So I have asked my lawyers to present copy of my suspension letter to the Honorable House of Legislatures as to whether they have changed the constitution, whether they did any amendment. The Liberian people need to know. This is my letter.
Thank you very much. On that note, we come to the end of this edition of 50/50. My name is T-Max. Tomorrow morning, I'll be here again to discuss another issue. Liberia has become the land of the unusuals. See you tomorrow morning. Bye-bye for now.